Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another video. For many reasons, I think this might be the best swoop shoe from Adidas this year. And today we'll be talking about the Dame 9. So Adidas finally dropped a new signature shoe for Damian Lillard. It's been 3 years since the Dame 8 came out actually. Well, there was the Dame 8 extended play, but that's technically still Dame 8. For the 9, retail price is set at 120 US dollars. This colorway I have is from their exclusive collab with Bape. In USD, they go for 40 bucks more, both the green camo and red camo colorway. And it's crazy because here, Adidas had an in-store event. The purple pair was already going for 30% off immediately after the release. Functionality-wise, I don't think there'll be too much of a difference. Fit is the same, we'll get into that soon. Comparing them side by side, the leather feels slightly different. I don't think there's a good or bad here, material-wise. It comes down to your preference. The regular colorway does feel a tiny bit softer, but on this Bape one, the leather feels thicker and you might get more upper rigidity. Anyways, before we get further into it, I want to let you know that I am testing out some changes to my videos. Because previously I have never ever gone over the 8-minute mark for any video on one particular shoe. So the reason why this video is a little bit longer than normal is, one, I want to try to make a little bit more money off of it or see how it does based on your feedback. And two, the Dame 9 is a shoe that I do have a lot to let you know about. So on shoes that I feel like I could easily cover everything within my usual time limit, I'll definitely still do that. I don't know, is that fair? You let me know, please. Comment down any feedback you have. If you don't like it, let me know. You can also just simply drop a like to let me know that you're okay with it, or that you're okay with me getting into a little bit more details about the shoe. I'm hoping that you understand, but all these points are still jotted down as notes before I started talking here. So I'm not just milking it through like Ben Simmons, you know. As to how the Dame 9 performs on the court, cushion is more than decent, sufficient for most types of players, including bigs and those who require a good bounce. I did not expect Lightstrike to provide this type of softness and responsiveness at the same time. I would even go as far as calling this their best cushioning setup using Lightstrike, because it's typically a light and firm midsole. Not much compression even when you press down hard. This time, if I was to blind test it and just guess without confirming with the product description, I would not have guessed Lightstrike, and that's technically a good thing. Bounce Pro on the Dame 8 was really impressive. A strong bounce back, and the reaction time you get with that shoe is top notch. Here on the Dame 9, they retain that level of bounciness. The midsole is indeed quite delicious. Weight is on the heavier side. Not as heavy as the Harden and AE1, but it does feel quite chunky on feet. For US size 10, they come to about 440 grams. Size 10 for the AE1 low is 500 grams as a reference. Down issue 6, I wear a 10.5, and that's still only 360 grams. Traction was surprisingly good based on my experience playing on dusty courts. I say surprisingly because previous Dame shoes, traction was a little inconsistent. Dame 8 was an example where sometimes I would get a hard stop, sometimes I would feel slippery. Different colorways also had very different outsole performances. Here on the Dame 9, this one with the semi-translucent, kind of like a gum outsole, was excellent. For those who only trust a sharp squeak, this is super loud and squeaky. It uses this sort of an adjusted herringbone pattern throughout the entire midsole. For traction, the most important part is just safe to go. I've never experienced any slipping or anything. They did pick up some dust, but it was certainly manageable too. For lateral movements, backpedaling on defense, change of directions, you'll be fine. I don't think this rubber is very durable for outdoor use, however, if I was to guess, because this feels pretty soft in hand, and the grooves aren't as deep as some of their other shoes. All just speculation at this point, since I'm keeping mine for the hardwood. But yeah, for indoors, this has great traction for a Dame shoe. With the fit, this is arguably the most important part to make sure you get the best experience. So I tried on 3 different sizes: true to size, half size down, and a full size down. I eventually came to the decision to go half size down. True to size works. There was heel slippage, not as bad as the AE1 low and Adi Zero Select 2.0, but there was some room back there. Half size down, mild heel slippage. That's why I even try to go full size down to a 9.5. But at that point, the toe box just feels way too snug for my feet to be able to move around comfortably inside. I probably would have gotten some pinching off of that. So my recommendation with the Dame 9 is to go half size down. If you're usually a size 11 in Nike, go with a 10.5. If you're like me, who usually wears a size 10.5, go with a size 10. And I do think half size down is a must here because the shoe is already on the bulkier side. You don't want to have a loose fit on top of that. Width is ideal for wide footers. So yes, they are wide foot friendly, particularly spacious around the midfoot area. Toe box is quite forgiving too, thanks to the smooth material, but there's also not too much dead space up front. Wide footers, green light. Moving on to the materials, also stability and support, I liked it. It's right at that ideal spot between firmness and flexibility. The toe box especially, it is prone to creasing, yes. However, even if I apply a good amount of force to it, the shoe really doesn't bend easily at all. It's also not a brick or like a stiff upper. Quite cozy, honestly. So I think they hit the sweet spot with this one. For those who get turned down by a big and flappy tongue, I don't know why you would be, honestly. This is perfect for you. Complete opposite of that with a short tongue. The collar is pretty stretchy, similar to the Harden Volume 8. It's connected all the way through the majority of the main panels, and this setup provides really good step-in comfort. In terms of padding, this reminded me of the down issue 4, where it's secure and well padded on the sides, but there's like a small cutoff in the middle of the back. Maybe just a small detail, but if they could stuff it up by just a little bit on the interior, that would have elevated the wrap around your feet by a whole notch. Breathability, now I thought this was going to be bad, because you can't really find a lot of ventilation holes or thin layers on the upper. But shockingly, my feet didn't heat up too much inside. Even after a full court long sesh, I didn't feel the urge to take them off right away. That might be where it differentiates itself from the Hardens. What else? Specific to this Babe collab, they come with extra standard laces if you didn't like the flat laces, because they tend to fall loose at times. That's what the box looks like. See, that's another thing that I wondered. Do you guys care about the box? I kind of do, but barely. So if you notice, I kind of just took that part off of my videos previously. Maybe some people are interested in the design details that go onto the shoe. I just thought it was most important to cover those features that do affect the performance. Again, talk to me, please. Look-wise, I'll let you be the judge. I don't think I pulled this off well. A dark colorway like this might have looked like some old Kung Fu shoes on me. There's a really ugly angle too, like 45 degrees from the back. The midsole takes a sharp turn and it has a funky shape in general, which makes it look really big and chunky on feet, even though I sized down already. Overall, I would say the Dame 9 is an excellent performer. Personally, from all the recent performance products from Adidas, remember that picture that Adidas posted with their big 4 coming out? This is the one to get if I was to only pick one out of those 4. I mean, the regular AE1 might be better, yes, but not the AE1 low. We almost cannot expect to have an Adidas hoop shoe without any heel slippage or without any added weight. Actually, the down issue 6 eliminates those problems, but this has much better cushion and gives you a more comfortable ride. Versus the Hardens, this has better flexibility in your movements. While Light Strike here on this model doesn't lose the boost by much in terms of bounciness. Yep, they're pretty bouncy. Dames are typically not associated with great traction, but the 9 gives you an excellent grip. They were good against dust too, surprisingly. So on a tier list, I would probably say A+, close to the S tier, which is elite level. Just be aware of a relatively loose fit. Half size down or even a full size down might even feel chunky still. I'm very excited for more colorways, more excited for more discounts. I mean, if the purple colorway could go on sale for 30% off a day after the release, I'd love to get me some Dame 9s at the Adidas outlet later down the road. Aiming for a sweet 50. But as always, let me know how you feel about the new Dame 9 down in the comments. Do you agree or disagree with my takes? Also, don't forget to share any advice with me regarding the length of these videos going forward. I would greatly appreciate any feedback that you have. Again, we're just testing things out, trying to make a little bit more money. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next one.